Volunteers who have joined us tonight, parents, we want to say a big thank you and send our well wishes to each of you. We hope that you are all home safely and enjoying time with your family. We were sure at this point that children are probably getting a little rambunctious and that you're looking for ways to keep them connected and busy to scouting. Just because we can't go to meetings doesn't mean that we can't have a good time. So, our program tonight is designed to share useful information about our constantly changing event schedule, along with tools that you can use to continue your scouting adventures from home until we can all gather again around a campfire. As I said at the beginning, please submit your questions using the Q&A button in the bottom toolbar of your screen. Again, each of you are in listen-only mode, video and audio. You won't have the ability to connect with us through voice. You'll need to use the Q&A or the chat feature below. Speaking of camp and gathering around a campfire, I hope many of you are following us on our social media pages. We've made significant progress on the dining hall at Camp Davy Crockett. Ronald shared earlier today that we've installed the windows, the roof is on the building, the dining hall is beginning to take shape. We've also broken ground on our new staff lodge in the middle of Staff Village. And while none of us are enjoying this crazy schedule that we're facing, many of us are excited that it's buying us a little extra time to get the construction at camp finished in time for the summer season. And so, speaking of camp, I'd like to turn the program over to Mr. Ronald Cameron, our Council Program Director, who's going to lead us through an update on the ever-changing spring schedule.
Thank you, Greg. My name's Ronald Cameron. I'm the Council Program Director, and want to also welcome everybody and thank you for tuning in. One thing we know, those of us who've been in scouting, we've been through things, we've had ups and downs, and we always pull together as a scout family, and we'll be stronger when this is over, and we're going to adapt the best we can, but the bottom line is we're still going to serve our scouts, and the program continues. Plenty of program out there, whether we can get together physically or not, we still have plenty of good program going on, and I thank each of you for that. I want to talk about three things tonight. The one that we are in season for is our Scout Expo, and Scout Expo is the largest weekend activity that we do every year. It builds up for 2 months, and we have a great event built around a coupon and card sale. And as all of you know, we just started that when we got hit with this coronavirus, and we were really excited about rolling out the Scout card. It's the first time we've had a Scout card with our breakoffs. People were super excited. It was just took off like wildfire. And unfortunately, we have temporarily had to halt that for everybody's safety. But the Scout Expo sales are not over. We will, at the right time when it's safe, we're going to restart our sale, and we're going to make adjustments to that schedule as we will throughout the spring as needed. But as soon as we deem it safe and get the green light, we will begin or resume our card sales, and we will extend the sale. We're going to extend it now to at least June 30th, and we know that a lot of kids or scouts are selling camp cards to go to camp and day camp, and we certainly know the impact that this crisis has had on that. So we were very mindful, and we will be working to extend that sale beyond what we normally do. We're also going to, we've ordered extra cards, so when we get going again, we have plenty of cards ready to redistribute to those who need it. And we're going to keep doing our weekly drawing on Friday. I apologize, we missed last Friday. I was traveling. Actually, I was on the road to go get more cards, and we missed that. So we're going to make that up tonight at the end of the program. So stay tuned. We will announce our winner for week 3 at the end of Roundtable tonight, and then we will do week 4's drawing tomorrow afternoon. One thing we do want to put together and look for detailed information on this. We are going to uh, attempt to do an early bird turn in on April 21st. Let me say by April 21st. We know it's right now it's tough to probably people aren't meeting. If you can safely collect your all the sales to this point, we are going to do it a little differently. We're going to ask you to subtract your 27% commission and go ahead and report and turn in what you've sold so far. And we're going to offer a couple ways. You can send in a check made out to the BSA to our council office, or we do have a way to go online on our website and pay that online. So we're going to work with you. We will put more details about that as we develop them. That's kind of been a moving target. We had hoped to do it a little earlier, but as we monitor that, we're going to shoot for Tuesday, April 21st as our deadline on that. If you have questions or concerns, please reach out to me, and we will work through those. Unfortunately, the one negative on Scout Expo that I have to report tonight is we are following the guidelines, the health and safety guidelines from the CDC, and because those guidelines are in place through May 15th, we are not going to be able to do our expo this year. And I'm as bummed as anybody over that because it's such a special weekend for us. But we will have to cancel the expo for 2020. So, but that doesn't cancel the program. The event itself will not happen, but everything else is in play just like normal. And like I said, we will monitor that, and as soon as it's safe, we will begin that program again, and we'll have more details as we get to that point. The second thing I want to cover is day camp, and as we're in the middle of getting ready for all of our camps. The spring is always the time we are training and recruiting staff and getting things ordered and getting ready for all our day camps. We do have 6 day camps planned this summer. We have 3 day camps and 3 twilight camps, and they are all scheduled for the first 3 weeks of June. And we plan to follow that schedule. As we sit here on April 2nd, that has not changed. Obviously, we are monitoring the situation. We are going to be flexible on that if we have to, and if we have to move some dates, we will. But right now, we are planning to hold our day camps as scheduled. Our directors, we did have a few that needed certification, and the camp schools were canceled. No worries. We are handling that online. Our folks will be trained and certified, and when we get ready to do camps, we will be ready to go. And if there's any changes on our day camps, we will let you know on that. All right, Camp Davy Crockett. As Greg said a few minutes ago, we are very busy at camp. I just got back from camp. We have 2 active construction projects going on. We're busily getting ready for our camping season 2020, and we're making a lot of progress on our facilities, as well as getting staff recruited and getting things in place for our summer camp. I know there's a lot of questions about camp. I field them daily, and our message tonight is we are planning to run a full camping season this season. Our first week of camp starts on June 7th, and that will be week 1, and we will run 5 weeks of Scouts BSA camp, and that is nothing has changed on that. Of course, we are monitoring the conditions, and we are working with local and state authorities, and we will follow guidelines as they develop. But is the answer to the questions are we are going planned as scheduled. And obviously, safety is first with us, and we will monitor. And if any changes occur, we will again be communicating those as soon as those are made. Our website will be updated. We will be sending email blasts, and just stay with us on that as we work through that. If you do need to modify I know there's the governor. I think the governor of Tennessee did a stay-at-home order today. I was told that. Of course, the governor of Virginia has one in place until June 10th. If you're impacted by these, you just need to simply get in touch with us, get in touch with me, and we will. If you need to modify your week that you're coming, we'll gladly work with you to change weeks. If you're impacted by that, we the other part of this that kind of goes with Expo is the second payment of camp is due coming up this month on April 15th. We're very conscientious of how the Scout Expo sales have been impacted, and a lot of fundraising has been disrupted. So again, we are going to be very flexible and work with all of our troops. This is the time that we all need to work together, and we'll be working on that. If you need to extension and put that into early May or beyond, please let us know. We will gladly work with you to get your camp fees paid. Obviously, we're gonna everything we do this summer. We want to have a great program for our kids, and I think if there was ever a summer where we needed to open our camps and have something for these scouts, it's this summer, and we're going to do that. We're going to do it with the safety and the utmost importance, but I think it's important that we open our camps this summer, and then that's our plan. Of course, we'll be monitoring the current situation on a weekly basis, and we'll update you as soon as decisions are made. We are monitoring things through the CDC in conjunction with national, state, and local public health authorities. So again, we're going to make our decisions based on the safety of our leaders and our scouts. And we look forward. We miss seeing everybody. We look forward to, as Greg said, sitting around the campfire this summer at Camp Davy Crockett. And but any questions or concerns, please reach out to me, ronald.cameron@scouting.org. And we're going to work together and make this a great summer for our scouts. So thanks everybody for joining, and look forward to your questions.
Good deal. Thanks, Ronald. We appreciate you. One of the questions that did pop up in the chat feature, several people asked about Expo card money turn-in. Just to clarify, we're only asking you to only turn in what you have collected. There's no need to gather and get groups together or try to meet with parents. Just wanted to try to get that to where it needed to go and get those things handled. But use our website. Use our website to make those payments. Don't leave your house if you're uncomfortable doing so. Definitely don't gather your scouts together. Just wanted to give you the opportunity. We had promised an early turn-in. When we built the campaign, wanted to make sure we could still do that for those of you who wanted to take advantage of that. To transition to the next part of our program, many of you have been curious about what can be done to serve others during this very unique time. And so I'd like for us to visit with the youth leader of the Brotherhood of Cheerful Service tonight, our over there, our Lodge Chief, Hayden Guevara. Hayden?
Hi, like Greg said, my name's Hayden Guevara. I'm Sequoyah Lodge's current Lodge Chief. There's just a couple things that I would like to mention, starting with elections. Elections are doing great. Most of them should be done. If your troop did not have one and would like to have one, contact your local chapter. Our inductions, one is scheduled for May 17th or 15th through the 17th. That one is probably going to end up being postponed. We will release more information as it becomes available. but the one for August 14th through the 16th, we are going to continue on as scheduled. For members already in OA, dues are due. They're $15 and can be paid to the council office. As most of you heard, our conclave that was scheduled for April 17th through the 19th is being postponed till later in the year. We are still working out the details and will get information out as soon as it's finalized. Also, NOAC is coming up. It will be at Michigan State University, August 1st through the 8th. NOAC is National Order of the Arrow Conference and is one of the funnest events you will ever attend. If you've ever been to a jamboree, this is just like that, but for OA members. I promise that it will be one of the best weeks of your life if you go. If you want more information on that or anything I've talked about, you can contact me or any of your local chapter chiefs.
Good deal, Hayden. Thank you so much. Glad that got the word out that our conclave event is going to be rescheduled. Got our fingers crossed that we can get a great date and have that event. When we do get it scheduled, all the service work that we had initially planned to need done at camp will still be needed. So we're counting on each of you to come on out for another weekend, help out with some service, help us get our camp ready to host 600 to 700 airmen from around the region. Give us the opportunity to showcase what we know is the best camp in the southern region. Hayden, thank you. Thank you very much for your report. Want to shift gears now. Many of you are curious, how am I going to fill the time when I run out of things in my Netflix queue over the next 30 days? And one of the great things that you can do that not only help scouting as we get back into a regular schedule is to complete your adult leader training, the online modules available from Scouting University. And so to tell us more about that, let me turn the floor over to our council training chair, Mr. Bob Showalter.
Okay, thank you, Greg. Good evening, leaders. Pleasure to talk to you tonight. I want to talk to you a little bit about training and just to segue a little bit onto what Greg said. You know, when we get together after we're allowed to gather again, you know, our families and some of you are going to be under a lot of stress and going to have a lot of concerns about what's going on. And that's going to be a time when it's going to be necessary for us to be able to serve our families, and it's going to be necessary for us as leaders to be prepared. And I think that training is something that will help ease that for you. The idea is that by getting trained for your position, you will be able to have more confidence in what you're doing and delivering the program that's going to be sorely needed for these youth. So I want to share my screen and share with you a few things about training coming up. See if I can figure this out. Okay. Hopefully you can see a slide that says training highlights on the screen. I wanted to start by mentioning youth protection. Everyone has taken youth protection, but if you took the new version of youth protection when it first came out, your youth protection training is coming up for renewal here shortly. As you know, all adult volunteers need to take the online youth protection training every 2 years. So go ahead and go online and check your status there. You can also contact your district training chair. You can contact me and we can help you to figure out what your status is. So go ahead and get your youth protection training done. And then, as Greg mentioned, go ahead and look at the online training for your position. Every position has online training that's available, and it's something that you can access at your leisure, and it works well on your computer or on your phone or tablet. And you can break the training into small sections and take it at your convenience. I want to show you very briefly how you can access the online training. Most of you have done this. Certainly, if you've taken youth protection, you've done this. But what you want to do is go to the my.scouting.org screen here. And you can create an account if you don't already have one. If you've taken youth protection, then you should already have an account. So over here, you can log into your account. So I'm just going to log into my account. And when you get into My.Scouting, over here on the right-hand side, this red area is where you can access training. You can click on this circle to go directly to the youth protection area, but I'm going to click on the BSA Learn Center right here, and that will take me to a screen where you can access all of the training modules. So down here, you can access youth protection directly, youth protection in Spanish. This program area is where you'll go if you're a den leader, a cub master, a scout master. If you're working within a unit, this is where you'll go. If you are working at a district level, you're a commissioner, district committee member, some of these things, you'll find training down here. And there's some expanded training that's available here. So all of the training can be accessed right here. And then lastly, I just want to point out this link down here, this position training requirements for all positions. I'm not going to visit it, but if you click on that link, it'll bring up a document that will show you the training that's required for every position. So you can find your position and see what training is required, and it'll show you the online modules. When you come up here into these areas, then you'll be able to go directly to those modules and work through them at your leisure. Next, I want you to know that we have an active training committee in the council that is continuing to meet. Even currently, we're meeting remotely and working on planning in-person training for you for when we're able to get back together. I want to show you on the Sequoyah Council website. I'm going to go over there now. On the Sequoyah Council website, which is sequoiahcouncil.org, you should visit that if you've not. There's all kinds of information that's kept up to date on here, including the important dates related to the COVID-19. But what I want to highlight is the calendar. So up here at the top is the calendar link. And if you click on the calendar link, this takes you directly to our council calendar and our event registration system. It's embedded right in here. And to find information about training on the calendar, all you need to do is click right here. It's a little bit hard to see, but there's a link here that says categories. And if I open that, you'll see all kinds of categories, one of which is training. So if I click the training link and then hit apply filter, then the calendar will be filtered down to show just training activities. And you can switch months here to see additional months. So this is where you can access the training availability. And right from these things, you can go and click directly and it'll take you right to the place where you can get more information and where you can register for your training. So that's the council calendar and the training section. Now, briefly about upcoming training. We have Blue scheduled right now at CDC for May 16, 17. Registration is open. Now, obviously, these dates that are fairly close in are subject to change as the situation develops. Right now, we're acting like we're going to do this May 16, 17, but I'm aware that these dates may adjust. If they do, then we'll make the appropriate adjustments. Go ahead and register if you want to get a slot reserved for Baloo, and we'll update you on what the rescheduled date is if there's a need for that. Baloo is outdoor orientation for Cub Scout leaders. It's strongly advised for all Cub Scout leaders. It's required that one person on a pack outing be Baloo trained. It's a fun training. I really encourage you to do that, Cub Scout leaders. For Scoutmasters, Assistant Scoutmasters, we have basic leader training and introduction to outdoor leader skills planned for summer camp. Right now, the plan is to offer those during weeks 1 to 3. Again, summer camp may adjust. We'll have to see. Right now, we're acting on the basis that we're going to offer it during weeks 1 to 3. Registration is open for that. You can register through your normal summer camp registration. You can also register directly using the council calendar that I showed you. Just search for the training and then go to June where you can find the summer camp slots. You do not have to be coming to summer camp to take that training, but it's going to be offered convenient for those leaders that are there at summer camp. So obviously, as a leader, we strongly encourage you to go to summer camp. And this is a great way to get your training done and still be able to have time with the kids and really enjoy everything summer camp has to offer. We were planning on offering NYLT National Youth Leader Training this summer. Unfortunately, due to some of the planning requirements for that, we've had to cancel NYLT for 2020. We're evaluating right now on when we can look at rescheduling that. So if you have interest in NYLT, get in touch with your district training chair and keep us apprised of the interest, and we will get you on a list and try and get back with you as we're able to reschedule that. Now, for Cub Scout leaders, we have exciting training coming up for Cub Scout leaders. This fall, we're planning multiple sessions of Cub Scout basic leader training. This covers all the positions in your pack: den leaders, Cub masters, assistant Cub masters, and committee members, all covered by this. And we want to offer it all throughout the council in locations and times and days that are convenient to you. Again, you can get all this training online, but you can get some real good interaction with people if you come to the in-person training. So look for Cub Scout Basic Leader Training. We'll have dates and information out to you pretty shortly on that. A new thing that we're planning, really excited about this, is a College of Cub Scouting for Cub Scout leaders, looking at January 2021 as our time frame. We're in the early planning stages of this, so I don't have a specific date or location, but we're working on that, and we'll get that information out to you. This will be advanced training on extra topics that go beyond the basics for Cub Scout leaders. And there'll be a variety of sessions that you can choose from, and it'll really be an exciting day-long fun event for Cub Scout leaders. We really hope to get a lot of leaders out for that. And then finally, Wood Badge is coming next year. You can see the dates there, April of 2021. Wood Badge, of course, is advanced training, advanced leadership training for all adults in scouting. We strongly encourage you to take Wood Badge next year. It's going to be a great course, a little bit of a new syllabus with some changes. So you'll be part of a new thing with Wood Badge, and I really strongly encourage you to participate. And with that, if you have questions about training, again, reach out to your district training chairs. They're the best equipped to answer your questions. You can also reach out to me. You can also go onto Facebook. We have a Sequoyah Council training group. Just search on Facebook for Sequoyah Council Training, and you can join. And we really look forward to seeing you this fall, and once we get back together and get some training done. So thank you very much. And Greg, I'll stop sharing and throw it back to you.
Good deal. Thank you, Bob. Great information. Thank you for sharing tonight. I challenge everyone on the webinar tonight, spend a few minutes this month, do some training, get online. We know you know how to do it. You're able to connect to this meeting, so the technology already exists, and it's in your hands. You've got the ability to get involved and get trained and make scouting better for young people when we get back to regular meetings. Well, every roundtable meeting has a program training segment, and tonight is no different. STEM learning is connecting something you can do at home with your children into a very fun afternoon experience. And so to learn more from our resident expert in STEM learning, we're going to hear now from Nolichucky Senior District Executive, Ms. Sarah Barnett. Before she jumps into this, we want to wish her a very warm virtual happy birthday. Sarah, the floor is yours.
Well, thank you all. Thanks for having me. I'm excited today to let you all know about STEM and STEM Nova. And I have put together a video for you. That way we can have it combined, and I could make sure that I stay in my time limit. So I hope you enjoy my video, and then at the end we'll of course have comments and questions, but get excited. It's just fun. I get the fun part. So here goes. Hello everyone.
Sir, I think you need to unmute yourself.
does one get to participate in it? What was that? Was that you need my volume?
Yeah, you need to have your mic.
Okay.
You'll have to leave it on.
Okay, I can do that. Sorry, let me start over. We're all learning in this process. Hello, everyone. So today I have the big rock, and that is going to be talking about STEM in Scouting, which is known as the NOVA program. NOVA is a part of the Boy Scouts of America, and today we're going to be talking about what is STEM, what is STEM NOVA, and how does one get to participate in it? How can adults help with it? What can you do within your unit to help promote that? As well as we're going to do a fun experiment, just because it's fun. So who here knows what STEM stands for? Any takers? So it stands for Science, Technology, Engineering, and Math. And this is something that the Boy Scouts of America has been doing the whole time of its existence. One of the first few merit badges that was ever put together was Chemistry Merit Badge. So Scouting has been a part of STEM, and STEM has been a part of Scouting since its inception. So it's exciting to talk about a new award system, or I guess not terribly new. It's been around for a few years now. But it's an award system that you all can be doing within your units. Cub Scouts, Boy Scouts, or Scouts BSA, as well as Venturers can participate in this. And this is an award system that goes along as a supplemental program that you all are already doing in your units. And so it does correlate with merit badges that they're already working on, or belt loops and activity pins that they're already working on. It kind of reinforces those elements and just goes a little bit above and beyond what they're already doing. So with the help of the Chief Scout Executive and a group of volunteers, they decided to put STEM into action within the Boy Scouts of America program. And that is where NOVA and the Supernova Awards program had come together. So this rolled out nationally in mid-July of 2012 and had been field tested prior to that. As you can see here, they wanted the NOVA program to go above and beyond what is already being offered within our normal program. Within the Supernova program, they wanted that to be even more significant and to challenge the youth to dive in a little deeper. So as you would imagine, the NOVA Award and especially the Supernova Award are challenging to earn. So this is something that when you have a youth who accomplishes this, make it exciting, make it fun, and present it typically either at a court of honor or a blue and gold, or you can even make it a council or district event as well. So next I'm going to be showing you the website that you can go on when you're wanting to show this information to your unit. It's scouting.org/STEM-NOVA-awards, and that will take you to this page. And I have clicked on the recognition tab of it, and that is something that you can kind of see that through the NOVA award system you get a certificate. You also get the different patches. So this is something that you can wear on your uniform. This is for Cub Scouts with a light blue edge. This is for Scouts BSA with the red edge. And this is for venturing with the kind of like a teal green corner and edge to it. So the first portion of this, you will earn your patch depending on whatever part of Scouting you are in. And then you want to go through the STE&M portion of the NOVA. So it doesn't matter what you start with. You can continue on to do even more within one area. So there's several different options within engineering. There's several different options within science and so on. So you can decide which one you want to do. But from that, the second one that you get in a different area, you'll get this little pi symbol. And that is a pi pin that you put on the compass points of the patch. So you can go through, and once you complete all the STEM, so once you get the patch, that's your first one, then your compass points will be the next 3. So once you go through the 4 different ones, you get to, you get to go on to do a supernova award. So as you can see, there are options for Cub Scouts, Scouts BSA, and Venturing NC Scouts. Now, as you can see, the highest award that anybody can earn, you have to be in Venturing or Sea Scouts, because that takes, kind of like the Eagle, it takes a lot of time and effort. And since, of course, these programs go up to age 21, you have more time to complete them. So this is something that is really cool to work towards. And again, it goes along with everything that you're already doing in Scouting. So as you can see here, this page shows you the S, T, E, and M different options that you have within those sections. So once you get one from each of those areas, then you can go on to earn your Supernova Award, which is pretty cool. They're all kind of set up very similar to one another. So the first portion is always you either watch or read or do a combination of both that equals up to 3 hours. So this is something that they give you some options, some ideas that you can use Discovery Channel, National Geographic, you can use TED Talks. I really do love TED Talks. There's a lot of interesting information that you can learn from that, as well as reading different articles and different things of that nature. So they give you ideas of what magazines are good, that has a lot of good information specifically about these requirements that we're going to be doing. So that's kind of the first portion that is in every different requirement within the STEM NOVA award system. Then the second portion always works towards a merit badge. Now, as you can see for the Cub Scout section, this is shortened, so it is only an hour of the watch, read, or a combination of both. And then when you go on to the second section, you'll see that, of course, instead of merit badges, they're actually going to be working on their activity pins, belt loops, for their specific rank. So I wanted to show you what this looks like when you're working with your unit. So today we'll be doing a quick experiment, just working on part of the down and dirty section. So we will be working on the volcano section. Now, something I do want to make a point in saying is it's okay if you don't know things. This is something that I think youth look up to adults to know everything, and in a way, they could feel that what is there left to discover? We've discovered everything there is. And that's, of course, not the case. There are still millions of things that we don't truly understand or have even discovered yet. So we want to give them the knowledge that it's okay not to know, but let's go investigate and figure out how we can find the answers. Alright, so enough with the information. Let's have fun. So today we are going to be working on, as I said earlier, down and dirty. This is particularly one that talks about volcanoes. So we are going to, in a sense, make a volcano today. Now, if you happen to have sand or happen to have any sort of dirt that you can mound up kind of like a volcano, that makes it more realistic. But the items that you need. Some sort of bottle. I prefer ones that have a tapering off in the sides of the neck. You can use any kind of bottle, and then you can also test those to see the differences between the different styles and types. Now, we always also want to have our safety protection, so our goggles and our gloves. And then we are going to be working with yeast today, so you'll need a packet of yeast, like so. And you'll also need warm water. Now, you don't want it too hot because since this is a living organism, you don't want it to be boiling water, otherwise it kills the yeast. So, you're going to need a cup and just a little bit of dish soap, a spoon to mix it all with. Today we're going to be using 20 volume hydrogen peroxide. This can be found at like a hair salon like Sally's or anything like that. And it's kind of a higher percentage of hydrogen peroxide than the ones that you find throughout the pharmacy and such. So I'm going to go ahead and get my yeast going. So I'm going to tear that open. And then I'm going to put it in my cup. I'm going to put the whole packet. And this is something that you want to do close to the beginning of your experiment because it needs some time to essentially wake up. So that warm water kind of activates it. And you want to not just to kind of cover it all, maybe have an inch, if you have a cup like this at home, an inch high of water. You're going to stir that up. Make sure it's not all that clumpy. And then you're going to set it aside because it will still need some more time to wake up because it's been inactive for a while. So, in our glass or bottle, what we're going to do is we're going to put, you're going to like my measuring capabilities, you're going to put about an inch of hydrogen peroxide in a bottle that has just a normal size width to it. And again, you always want to have your goggles and gloves on, especially when you're using this higher proof hydrogen peroxide. Very similar to when you're actually using cleaning products. Those are high percentage of chemicals. All right. So I've got the hydrogen peroxide in here. I'm going to, so first off, what does hydrogen peroxide do? What is hydrogen peroxide? Anybody know? So hydrogen peroxide, the stuff for over the counter, is actually for if you have a cut on yourself and you need to clean all the germs out, you put it on there, and what happens? It bubbles. You're right. I know you guys are participating at home. So yes, it bubbles. So remember that. That might be important a little later on. Then the dish soap, this is going to essentially speed up the process. So you just need a squirt of the dish soap and kind of spin it around. Make sure it's kind of mixed together. And remember our yeast that we were activating and waking up? Kind of stir it around. Make sure it's not clumpy. It looks pretty good. So what we're doing today is actually a chemical reaction. So this chemical reaction is what they call exothermic. So the way I remember that is everybody do an X. Everybody do an O. And then you'll have to remember thermic. So kind of remember thermometer. So that's something that, because this deals with heat, you can think of thermometer. So exothermic. Exothermic. This is an exothermic chemical reaction. So this is something that is really cool. Once the reaction happens, you'll be able to feel it. And we'll talk about that here in just a second. Are you guys ready? Come on, are you guys ready? Okay, let's get going. Do you guys have your hypothesis and know, or at least have a thought of what's going to happen? All right, let's see. But wait, there's more. So, this is the perfect time if you happen to have the liquid dye, like food dye. You can put 1 or 2 drops in there right now into this mixture. Then it turns out to be a really cool color. Okay. Now, are you ready? Let's see. You see it coming? Woo! Look at that. It's coming out the top. It's oozing out the top. Kind of like a volcano. Now, if you touch it, remember we talked about what kind of chemical reaction? Yes, you're right. Exothermic. So, this is releasing heat. Kind of like a volcano. It releases the heat, trying to get it out. So, you can feel it. And it's very warm to the touch, very hot. So it's really, really cool. Now this is something fun that you can do even more experiments with. You can do it multiple times, but try something different each time. Now, whenever you're trying to do something different, you always want to make sure that there's a control. And what that means is the recipe is the same exact thing, and then you just change one item. And then you can kind of write down your data. Maybe you can compare it and see what actually makes things higher or faster, or maybe even create more bubbles. You can kind of be the deciding factor of what experiments you want to do with that. But now this is perfectly safe. This is basically kind of like soapy water, but it has an extra oxygen molecule. That's why there's so many bubbles to it. And it smells like yeast. So it doesn't smell all that great, but it's super cool to play with, super cool to feel how warm it is. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed it. And I hope you do this at home. You know, you might not have the right hydrogen peroxide, but try it with your over-the-counter hydrogen peroxide. That might be something that could work. I've actually never tried it. I have been told that it doesn't really work, but hey, it's worth a try. And then you can practice the safe way to take off your gloves. So if you don't know that, you pinch close to the bottom, but not all the way at the bottom. Pinch close to the bottom and pull it up. And then what you're doing is you're putting it inside out and kind of making it its own trash can. And you wad up that one in your hand. Again, you're making a trash can for it. Now this time you use a finger and stick it up the center and do the same thing of rolling it inside out. Just like so. All right, well, I hope you guys enjoyed today. I hope you had fun learning. I hope it was exciting and something that you can take back to your unit or even take back to your family right now while we're kind of stuck at home. But we can make it fun. You can make it exciting. You can make it a learning experience. So I hope you learned a lot about what NOVA and STEM NOVA is. I hope you're able to feel more confident and excited to get started. And if you're already started, let's keep it going. So thanks so much. We'll see you soon. All right. I hope you guys enjoyed that. There are areas when you go to that scouting.org /NOVA/award, that website that I had in there, you can also see where you can become a mentor and a NOVA counselor. So those are good ways that you can get involved and be excited. It's a lot of fun.
Good deal. Awesome job, Sarah. Thank you. I'm looking forward to seeing lots of social media posts about the exciting things that people have done in their homes as they work on the STEM Nova Awards. So, Sarah, thank you. Enjoy the balance of your birthday.
Thank you.
Enjoy it at home, but happy birthday nonetheless. As we start to transition toward the end of our meeting, did want to answer a few of the questions that have come through the chat board. One of which says, if my day camp occurs before I have earned my way to camp, because Virginia has a stay-at-home order through June 10th, can I still earn my way to camp by selling through June 30th, especially if you want to go to camp June 15th to 19th? So the answer to that question is we're probably going to end up adjusting some of the day camp schedules to really reflect the stay-at-home orders that the states have got in place. Clearly, we don't want to have day camp in a community where local health officials have deemed that it's not safe to gather in groups. So yes, we will make sure that every opportunity is available to you to use the Expo card sale to pay your way to day camp, even if that means we have to sell cards a few weeks after day camp is over. I think it's important that kids have the opportunity to go to camp regardless of what's going on around them, and because camp is really where it's at. After spending 6 weeks at home, 10 weeks for some of us, day camp will be a welcome distraction, and we're excited to be able to provide that opportunity when it does roll around. So hopefully that answers your question. You did get a note from Rich Macbeth for our commissioners in attendance. Don't forget that the College Commissioner of Science is still tentatively scheduled for May 29 to 31 at Wofford College in Spartanburg, South Carolina. You can find the registration links live, is now live, and you can find it on our website. So I'll keep an eye out for a few more Q&As that may come through. But as I do that, please be sure to always check our website and social media feeds, really for the most up-to-date information. Things are changing with us daily, and we're doing our best to push out information that is user-friendly through a variety of formats. So our entire service center team, all the ladies in the office, Mike Wolf, field service team, we're all working from remote locations now, trying to be good leaders and follow the directions of the Tennessee governor. So we've got the ability to answer any of your questions either virtually. We're all answering our phones, and we're all getting our voicemail from the service center. Email is a great method. We've now got a Zoom account, as you can see, that we're using tonight. If we need to jump on and have a face-to-face conversation, we can do that. And so please take advantage of the technology that exists so that we can continue to meet your needs and expectations as you deliver scouting from home. As none of us thought 6 weeks ago we would have to coin a phrase that says scouting at home, because scouting happens everywhere, but most of it happens in the outdoors, especially this time of year. So we know that it's been challenging for many of you. Please keep your children busy. Don't go through all your emergency supplies in the first week. Enjoy Netflix, but don't let it become the central focal point of your day. So as we start to close out tonight, I think we've got the Q&As answered. If not, we will be glad to email you directly with those. Just want to take another moment and reflect on the sacrifices being made every day by those in public service. Doctors, nurses, healthcare workers. I heard it said best that if nothing happens, then we did what we were supposed to do. And for those that are working on the front lines, the healthcare industry, our collective hats are off to you as you prepare for what we all want to believe will be something we'll talk about for years without a lot of horrible consequences. So we're praying for each of you. We're thankful for the job that you're doing, everyone who gets up and goes to work today and tomorrow and next week in an essential service. We're thankful for you and the job that you do. Please take a moment to just remember that everything happening around us. The children we serve are still dreaming of an adventure at summer camp. They're looking forward to going to day camp and shooting a BB gun. They want to go to summer camp and have that summer camp mountaintop experience. And so, in between now and then, I want to encourage you to take your children on a long walk every day. Build a campfire in your backyard if you can. Listen to the birds. Amazingly, nature seems to be coming back a lot quicker than anybody had expected now that we're not polluting the air and the rivers and streams. Our cars are safely parked in our driveways. So listen to the birds, get your mind and body ready for an amazing summer experience. We're very blessed to have each of you on the call tonight. We've had over 100 participants throughout the balance of the call, which has been exciting. Who would have thought we would get 100 people to come to Roundtable on such a beautiful day as today? But we're thankful for each one of you. Continue to do the things that we need you to do for scouting to continue. Know that we are here for you and we will be here for you when all of this is over and we've just got great stories to tell our grandchildren. So for that being said, I don't see any other pressing Q&A questions coming in. And so we wanted to end this meeting at 8 o'clock, and it looks like I'm going to finish with a few seconds to spare. But we're thankful for each of you. We're thankful for the work that you do. We wish you well. We wish you health and safety as we go through this next challenging few weeks. With that being said, good night and good scouting.